Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another football opinion video. I don't want to go away from the sitting down, talking to the Redmond army about my football and opinions, and even when Liverpool don't play, as somebody who is trying to be a slightly more consistent YouTuber, I want to come out and talk about the title race, because usually, at least in my time on YouTube, it's a conversation that we've tend to be in besides one season, which was the COVID season. Otherwise, my whole time on YouTube, we've always progressed and we ended up competing for league titles and being the team that was most likely going to be the team to catch up with City that season. Now, slightly changed. We're now sixth and Arsenal are first, and it's kind of like we've switched positions and they're the young, new, exciting team playing football, and they've got all the right gems, they've made all the right signings, just all in the right space of time. And I think this is the only way that you can beat a Manchester City team, because you need to get them all right in one period of time. If Mane doesn't go right, then you need to get a new left winger, and that's one less player who's going to score as many goals. It's one less player who can adapt to the system as well as Mane could with Jurgen Klopp. And that's why you need that signing to go right. So it was good that Mane went right, Salah went right, Van Dijk went right, because if that went wrong, God knows when the next big centre-back that we would have been able to bring in was, because we didn't have a Coutinho to sell for 140 million. Not to mention the idea that we got Alisson, and he worked out perfectly fine and ended up being a really good goalkeeper. And it's the same with Arsenal. They bought a goalkeeper who's good enough, Saliba, who's absolutely brilliant, and they've got a midfield which works really well together, and an attack which, let's just be dead honest, the depth in their attack is fantastic. The amount of different options that they've got, and the reason why I think Arsenal can win the league title is, one, because they're a year older, the better. And I think this is the season, kind of like when we capitalised on City, this is the season for Arsenal to capitalise on City, because City just are not as good. Does that mean they're shit? No, because they're still fantastic. They're just not as good in comparison to the ridiculously high standards that they've set themselves over recent seasons. So I'm not trying to diss City, I'm not trying to say anything else, but I did say, when they brought in Erling Haaland, kind of like when Manchester United brought in Cristiano Ronaldo, it takes away from the all-round flow of the team, intensity of the team. Haaland's intense and he's a nightmare to deal with, but he's not as involved in the game. The difference between someone like Haaland and, let's say, Nunes is constantly involved and he's a headache. And it's the same with these Arsenal attackers. Gabriel Jesus is always involved. Saka always involved. By the way, these are all different type of players. I'm not doing a Gary Neville and comparing Jesus and Nunes. I'm just simply saying they all cause chaos, whether on the ball, off the ball, good on the ball, not good on the ball. They're always trying something, and that's based on the system that they play in and the role they have within that system. Arteta's just got the idea. You know, there's a reason why he's went out and bought Zinchenko. There's a reason why he's went out and bought Gabriel Jesus. Ball-playing centre-backs like Ben White, Saliba. You know, he never bought Saliba, but he was still always a part of the plans. Even now getting like Fabio Vieira in the summer, I think these are all signings that lead towards one specific style of play, and it's just working perfectly well. And people say to me, "Oh, James, you don't know nothing about football." But, in terms of Arsenal, mate, I've got a few things right. I went on AFTV last season. I was talking with Turkish, and I got the prediction right about Liverpool beating Arsenal in the League Cup, in the home leg and the away leg. But then he also asked me, do you think Arsenal will finish top 4 this season? Because that was the battle that Arsenal was in last year. And I simply said, I think in the short term, Conte is going to do the efficient job that he usually tends to do and get Spurs fourth, but I think you will continue to play the better football, and therefore it will have a better impact on your team in the long term. Go back and watch the video. It was a box-to-box between me and Turkish. I also said in the video, don't be surprised to see Arsenal really kick on, because Arteta has shown the solid foundations of a good manager, and Arsene Wenger took a little minute to adapt to Arsenal. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't win a league title for the first 7 years of Man United. Fucking hell, if these great the greatest of all time managers were held to the same standards that managers are today, they wouldn't have had a chance. Same with Jurgen Klopp. He didn't win a trophy for his first 3-4 seasons, whatever it was, but then he won the Champions League, Premier League, and ever since has won every other trophy that there is to win. So it was a good idea for Arsenal to back Arteta, because now it's been proven that the only man who's been in that room with Pep Guardiola out of the other 18 managers in the Premier League is Mikel Arteta. And Mikel Arteta has clearly shown a little bit of his own side of the game, but a blueprint as well, who comes from a similar background, came from Barcelona, played in the Premier League for a bit. It was just... at first, I didn't think it was going to work. It's working now, and I do think it will be enough for Arsenal to win the league. People talk about the Gabriel Jesus thing. Just look at the style of football that Arsenal have. Look at the football that they're playing. Look at the results that they're getting. It's very reminding of when we would win like 4-2 or 5-2. Now, bear in mind, Arsenal is 7 points clear, but they've still got to play City twice. I think they draw at least one of those games. I probably think City win the other one, because if you look at the head-to-head, City do tend to get the results in that game, and I just think higher level game, they can't lose every big game they have this season, City, and they already lost against us. So I imagine they go and beat Arsenal. That being said, I still think Arsenal will have enough. They've lost one game, they've drew another. It's looking good. That being said, I do think, and another reason as well, last thing, is that Erling Haaland is still fantastic. But when there's one less player showing that intensity, it's going to show in the overall points tally, and we're seeing that now. If you look at City's best points tallies in recent seasons, the best points tallies have been without out-and-out number 9s, and when they were doing their best, it was when they didn't have Aguero running into the chat. I mean, Aguero was a fantastic player, but when they were forced to use Gabriel Jesus or Raheem Sterling in the middle, it was just pure chaos and craziness that you couldn't even deal with it, and therefore resulted into more wins, more chaos games of football, but more trophies. And that's why they were able to win 3 in a row. They nearly done it again, and I just wouldn't imagine they'd done it, or they could win 3 in a row this time. I just couldn't see it happening, and that's why I think, based on the probability of them winning 3 in a row again, then I think Arsenal will snatch this one. But I also do believe that it's kind of, and this is where Arsenal fans are going to be pissed off, I kind of believe it is a one-season thing, to where I think City will be back next year. Not because Arsenal is shit, and it's not even because of Arteta, it's the owners. I don't see the owners kicking on like the way City have always kicked on, or back in the day when Manchester United, one player to go out, Sir Alex, bring another one straight in. I don't think Arsenal hold that same energy. I think if Saka becomes good, if Emile Smith-Rowe becomes good, Odegaard becomes good, and then in 3 years they become shit, which, yes, is unlikely to happen, but has happened before, I don't think they sell them. I think they keep on to them for a little bit too long and don't look on improving the squad. Kind of like what Liverpool FC have done as well. So let me know what you all think in the comments down below. But I do think Arsenal are going to win the league. The 7 points clear, and I just think City are worse. I think they're going to continue to get results like they did tonight against Everton, and Arsenal will continue to get results tonight. In the future, like they did yesterday against Brighton. And I think they're just going to have enough. If anyone's going to be the man, it's going to be the man who knows Pep Guardiola inside and out. And that man is certainly Mikel Arteta, the Lego man. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please do smash a like in the comments down below. There will be a top 5 video out on the channel tomorrow. So top 5 Liverpool best transfers. There's it revealed. You can check it out. It'll be out in the morning. Much love to every single one of you, and I will see you in a bit. Peace.